5 Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just going to do an early morning live check-in with the fur babies. Guess who was sleeping with me last night? I'm just clearing my throat. It's the morning. Plato. Plato was with me last night, and when I got up at about 4:30, he got up. He followed me, and he's in the kitchen area. I apologize for the clearing the throat. This is early morning, friends. We're gonna check outside and see how the tiger cat is doing. When I got up at 4:30, immediately put the heater on. It's 52. Doesn't need the heater, but I got up and I found Tiger Cat sleeping here. So Tiger Cat is not here right now at 6:05, but Tiger Cat was fed fresh water, soft food. You can see he ate some, and hard food with treats. Actually, my husband must have replenished the hard food because he had it was still a lot in the bowl. This is for the Tiger Cat that's in the garage that we're pending a foster and or an adopter. This is where I found him sleeping in the morning. And his toys are on because, actually, this one's on because I put them on this morning. And no, he wasn't sleeping on top of that this morning. He was sleeping in that bed. Where is Tiger Cat? I told him, I said, Tiger Cat, I don't know where you are, but I don't like you messing around in the middle of the night. But he was here at 4:30 in the morning. Let's see what's going on. Now, I'm bringing the tuna downstairs for the cats. We see Plato, who we're doing an early morning live check-in with the fur babies. Let's see what Gretchen is. Yes, Gretchen, do you see her? She's over there. Let's see if I can do it. There's Gretchen. I don't want to wake her up. There she is in her little pen. That's Gretchen, guys. I don't want to wake her up. And I can't close the lights because Plato's scared of the dark. I'm not kidding. He will not even go outside if it's dark out. That is Miss Cleopatra, the panther. Good morning. Here's that little boy that we're a little worried about. Yeah. There's Miss Princess Raven over there, Miss Cleopatra. Let's go, guys. Let's go. I just wanted to do an early morning. It's now 6:06. On checking in on what the fur babies are doing. This is the first time I'm putting lights on. This is the little fella that needs prayers right now. So far his blood work came back normal. So we're setting up. We're going to speak to the vet on Monday, and we're going to set up an ultrasound. Right? Everyone's praying for you. Yeah, big guy. Here you go. I came down yesterday and I did a major clean down here. Major clean. Because I had not really been down doing any major cleans because my husband said, I got it. Yeah, he got it. But when my husband got it, that means it could be a little different from what I do. So I'm checking out the foods. Getting the gloves in check. And here, Orange is like, Mom, I'm here. There's Orange, friends. And I am going to check everything. My husband did not come down yet, as you could tell. And I am going to be the one checking. There are 3 different types of hard food, friends. Cats are very finicky, and believe me, having the 3 different types, I thought it was ridiculous, but then I realized it's actually perfect for them. We've been giving them this food every morning, and we notice they're getting tired of it. They always eat the Royal Canin, but they're getting tired of the gravy foods. So I ordered a different type of 9 Lives. This one it looks like a pate with a little moisture in it on the inside. So I'm going to see if they like that instead. We'll see. I ordered it, and hopefully the cat outside. I don't know what's going on, that everybody's being so finicky, but I said they're all eating the tuna, so we'll just give a little bit of tuna to everybody. Again, this is just waking up with the animals in the morning. Hi, there's Princess Raven. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Let me shut this down. But it is a nature channel. Everything looks pretty darn clean. Like I said, I came down yesterday, and I'm going to take her bowl, her whole thing here, because in the morning, it's the typical, in the morning, look, if I can do this with one hand, let's see if I can. I can. In the morning, hi, now she's like, okay, you got me open here. Hi, sweetheart. She is so good. What a love bug. Whoever gets this cat, you've got a love bug. Oh, people are just not, we're not seeing too many adoptions lately. We are not seeing too many adoptions. Hi, this is the big guy that needs prayers. But he's looking for breakfast, and that's a great sign when they look for breakfast. Good morning, everybody. Where are you from? Where is everybody from? I know, baby. This is her food. There they are. They're all waiting for breakfast. Look at her face. Look, do you see the instigator, the troublemaker? Look at what she's doing. Cleopatra. Everybody sees you. Everybody sees the troublemaker. Cut it out, Cleopatra. She can eat breakfast too. Good morning, Cleopatra. Cool it. So Monday, I speak to the vet. The great news is that the blood work came back normal. And they did an extensive blood work on her. And on Orange. This is for the little girl. And I'm checking water fountains, so I'm looking around. I'm a little hesitant about putting this in. And I told my husband, you're putting too many treats in when you need to put in food. Real food. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? This is just an animal wake-up. This is what we do. Already, at 4:30, I gave the dogs their fresh food. I gave them fresh food already. This is Orange. Right, Orange? Say hi, guys. There you go. This is just, I'm trying to get this steady. But I need something that is really firm. Like something strong, and that will hold this. I'm looking around. Last time I had something, it held it up. Yeah. Once I put the food in, you'll see them going crazy. I did not bring my whatchamacallit, what is it called? The thing that stands it up. Can I do it here? I can do it here. Yeah, okay. There, great. I'm going to be putting the indoor cat food. This is for the little girl. This is indoor Royal Canin that I'm putting in right now. I'm using my hands. Usually I have a scooper, but I'm not moving my hand from this because this angle is good. This is for, actually, I did this for the wrong cat. Here we go. Come on. Yeah. This is what I needed for her. All right. This is what I needed for over here. Is she bothering you, Princess Raven? I got to get more. Putting the hard food is critical, averse to giving them all these treats. The treats are just that, it's just a treat. The nutritional aspect is coming from the food, which is the hard food. And Cleopatra is a junk food eater, right there. Junk food eater. Let me see them like this. I don't know, it's hard to navigate this without the other dish. But this is the more early morning check-in with the cats. Like I said, I'm going to be putting tuna in both of them just to see if the tuna is the best way to go right now. Hi. You can see them over there. Cleopatra is just staring at her. You see that? Cleopatra's a little troublemaker. She's my troublemaker. I'm going to put a little bit of tuna for both them and her, because I already see Orange looking at, hey, I want some of that tuna. There's the tuna. And when we first got the little girl, this is what she loved. So I said to my husband, you know, we're crazy. They're eating the tuna. They're not eating the other. So you might as well give some to, you know, each cat gets a little bit of tuna. As you can see, he's eating, and it's good for him. All right, baby? Definitely more expensive, but, you know, right now with the issues he's having with his stomach, which I don't know what's going on with him, I want him to... Go ahead, baby. I know, I'm going to cut it up. Orange has had to have 3.5 teeth removed. I'm going to put some back because I see he already... I am being very messy today. Come on. Just a little bit. And that means I got cleanup to do. And this is a little girl's, which she eats the whole thing. The whole thing. She eats a lot. So we'll see. Cleopatra, there's some tuna for you, Mom. She's just like ignoring. I'm not putting any more treats in this one because my husband flooded it with treats. I'm not putting any more treats. Yeah. Carefully walking with this. And the reason I have this set up so that the water is at the end is that there's moist food in the middle. So if the water gets a little on the moist food, it's no big deal. But my hand does smell like tuna. And I'm shutting this because I don't want the sneak over here to jump in here and bother her. She's eating, see? She loves her tuna. Oh, I made a mess. I already made a mess. And I'm going to cover this up, clean this up, put this over here. Come on, Cleopatra. You can see what Cleopatra... Can you see what Cleopatra is doing over there? Can you? There. She is... Whoop, right there. That is Cleopatra, the stalker. Stalker alert. Underneath the bed is Cleopatra. That little black figure is the stalker. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm putting my glove up. Miss, do you see what she's doing? Sneaky. Cleopatra, leave her be. Oh. Look what she's doing. She doesn't... That's it. Miss Cleopatra, now. Now. No. No. Baby, eat. Come on, go and eat. Come on, go and eat. Cleopatra, you're such a troublemaker. She's relentless. She does not want her in. This is Cleopatra's apartment. in her, like somebody said, oh my God, your poor cats are locked in a basement. People can live in this basement very happily. I promise you that. These cats are not locked in a basement. They are very content there. So she's eating, you know, she knows now that I came to, and here's the sneak. Here's a fresh. She's not fresh. I always say fresh, but she's really not. She's doing what cats do. You know, she doesn't want anybody in her territory. This is her home. And she doesn't want anybody in her home. She loves her home. And believe me, these cats love their home. Love it. You know, I don't know what else to say other than we leave the door open, and I'm like, did you leave the door open? And my husband's like, I left the door open an hour ago. They're hanging out downstairs. And then you'll go downstairs and they're playing, and Orange is a big play, which is another good sign. He's right near Cleopatra right now, and he's playing with the stuff as well. I'm just packing up the tuna right now, so this way it doesn't spill all over. Got to be very careful that the juices don't fall all over the place. If you can see, Cleopatra is playing, and there's Orange. You see it, him? You looking at Orange? I am doing the cleanup right now. One of the most important things is when an animal is not well. I'm checking my phone right now. Can you see him? Is when an animal is not well, that they play. They do all of the stuff that they normally should do. Can you see Orange playing? Very important that behaviors are in check. Cats are playing. They're having fun. I don't know where he went now, Orange. Oh! You see that? Did you see that? Yeah. Woo! That behaviors are in check. And if a cat stops playing or is not sleeping or, you know, then you got a problem. But I could tell you that Orange is playing. He's eating. Maybe not as much eating as I like, but we're going to find out what's going on with the eating aspect of it. Definitely find out what's going on with the eating. Cleopatra, leave that plate, that area alone right now, miss. I am actually cleaning this because the cat tuna came on top of here. So the tuna, I don't feel like having that smell permeate this whole area. So she's playing. Here's Cleopatra. And because I spilled some of the tuna, I'm going to clean this area here so the tuna does not permeate the table. That's what this is me cleaning. You know, it's the one thing is I don't want that smell. My daughter works out here. My husband works out. And even though there's tuna on the plate, don't want it permeating the whole area down here. There you go. Cleopatra just took off. She's like, that's it, I'm done. I'm done. I don't know where Orange went. Cleopatra's over here. Cleopatra is very creative in her. Let me get into closets. Let me be nosy. She knows. She knows she opened it. I haven't opened this until we literally clean out all the little boxes. Here's Princess. Hi, Princess. Orange, I don't know where Orange went. Could be drinking water somewhere. So right now what we're worried about is what is this mass that the doctor felt? And that kind of like freaks everybody out. You can see they played with her cat wall. And the other problem we have is Orange. Orange knows, here's the cat wall, friends. Orange, here he is. Orange knows that the box, the carry box, and it's a nightmare getting him in a carry box. See him? Did you see that? They're very curious. And this is very important to see the behaviors. Now, he doesn't look terribly thin. He's eating. He's using the litter box. And these are critical things when behaviors are typical. It's when you see them sleeping, they're not eating, they're not playing. Go ahead, baby. I'm going to go in here anyway. I'm wiping down your area. And when you see that the behaviors are not typical is when there's a red flag. Like, what's going on? I didn't bring my wipes. Orange is like, I'll play with this. There's another toy on the ground. You see Orange? I am getting a wipe. And yes, I do a lot of cleaning. A lot. And I do a lot of cleaning because Orange is right here, friends. He's right here. He loves that toy. He absolutely loves that toy. He loves it. Leave her alone. You see that? Orange loves that toy. Cleopatra, here we go. You're a troublemaker. Go ahead, baby, play. He's wondering why is... Now, Cleopatra already knows. See? Cleopatra already knows. I touched that little orange or green thing, and that baby's moving. That toy is moving. I'm going to try to see if I can see. I'm going in the kitty thing here. And Cleopatra's in here with me. Critical that cats play. I don't know what you're seeing or not seeing. I am cleaning every little area in here. I don't know, you might just, there you go. Every little area. Were you watching him? Were you watching him? Yeah. No, he left. Yeah, there he is. You know, so far this is my great concern. Orange. And just so you know, the cats love the basement. You know, to the young girl said, oh my God, these poor cats are stuck in a basement. I could tell you right now, I have friends that live in New York City whose apartment is this amount right here. From here to here. And they have cats. They don't have anything over here. They don't have the bathroom over here. They don't have this area over here. They don't have any, and they have cats. And you know what? The cats are happy and they're loved. Doesn't matter. If you have a basement and can keep a cat, God bless you. Help the cat get out of the cage in a shelter. Do it if you can. Get a dog. Get a dog. A dog. In New York City, if you've seen New York City, and these people in the apartments having huskies, they have them. And guess what? They take them on walks. They're very active. Don't say, oh, poor cats in a basement. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Better that they're in a basement, an apartment, anything other than being in a shelter or even sitting in a rescue, depending if it's a brick and mortar building. They're in a home. They're with a family. They don't care if they're in one room, a dog. They'd rather be in one room because that means they're on top of you. They're sitting near you, lying near you, sleeping with you. The dogs are thrilled. The cats are thrilled. You know, part of my channel is promoting animal welfare. And when COVID hit, our shelters across the country had bear cages. You know why? Because people were stuck in their homes and they adopted animals. And when they adopted these animals, they had a companion. A lot of people had to work from their house. My husband did. Work from their house. And all of a sudden, this cat or their dog filled their world. They weren't lonely anymore. And the shelters, the rescue, everybody was thrilled because we were getting the job done. Clearing the cages. That's what it was all about, getting these babies adopted. And the minute the country opened up, not the minute, okay, wait 6 months in, what happened to many of those animals that were adopted? Guess what? Cats and dogs were returned back to the shelters. And that's a death sentence, by the way. I don't know if people know about that. If you adopt from a shelter and you return, kind of like they're a high risk of euthanasia. Because why are you leaving? Why are you getting rid of them? Why? Because people wanted to travel. People felt like they maybe were caged in themselves. And for the time that those animals, 3 years at the time that those animals brought them some happiness, they forgot about those animals and dumped them. And many people, not all, just deposited them back into shelters. And when I heard this, I just was in shock. Even the rescues had to shut down because people were returning their rescued animals. Why? Because this, selfish. I have to say it, because they wanted to start traveling. Guess what? Have somebody come in your house and feed the cats or even take care of the dogs while you're away. But they didn't want to give a dime to that animal to help that animal have peace of mind and know that they're still loved in a family. No, they just got rid of them. Death sentence. Return them. So why am I doing this? Why do I have Princess Raven still in my basement? Why didn't I just TNR her? Because she's a nice, sweet cat. She's a little shy. She just needs a loving home for herself. And she will blossom like crazy because Cleopatra is attacking her all the time. But I'm not letting an animal that is not, she never hissed, never growled, never used her claws, not once, Princess Raven, not once. Or I'm not letting a cat like that out back on the street. Same thing with the tiger cat. He's all a love bug. He's a complete and total love bug. He was beaten up by the tomcat. He would not fight back. So these are the cats that we fight for, to make sure they're in a home. Because on the street, this one's not going to survive. On the street, she could have survived. She's a tough. Cleopatra is a queen in every way. If she had to kill a bird, she killed a bird. If she chased all the squirrels, and now you say, oh, that's a terrible thing. That's what they do when they're trying to survive. in an environment that they are not made for. Cats have been domesticated for thousands of years. They are not made to be outside. They're domestic. So this is where the argument comes. You know, as I said, I fight, and I don't mean fight by physical. I fight with my words to my to all the politicians, and now we're at a shutdown. You know, you write your letters. You write your letter to your president, to your congressman, to the senators, saying this is an epidemic. We have an epidemic of animal abuse in the United States. You want to make money? Make money from the abusers. Set fines at a ridiculous amount and prison sentences, and you will eliminate abusers. If you know that if you do these dog rings or you get a cat, and yes, get a cat and feed it to your boa constrictor or kitten, people do that. You will be fined $100,000, or it's based on your personal wealth. Let's say you're a multimillionaire. Well, we're going to charge you millions now. Should be 10% of what your annual salary is. You make 10 million, you're going to pay $1 million. You're going to pay $1 million if you abuse an animal. I believe in that. I believe we need to put the plug in animal abuse. We got to stop it. But if this government wants to make money, let's get the criminals of animal abuse. And I'm really staunch on that. I really am. Because like I said, with the tiger cat, I called 30 rescues. 2 called me back. Rescues, 2 called me back. And tiger cat is still in the garage. And the rescue said, you got to find a foster because there's no one there. There's no one willing to foster the cat in Monmouth County. To take this cat, put it in the home, and the rescue will give food and litter and all supplies. If somebody adopts, I'm going to give supplies to the adopter. Beautiful stuff. Guess what? Nobody. Every week I post Tiger Cat and say he is still in the garage. Is there anybody willing to take him? No one. No one. A nice cat. No one. They're like, let her leave him in the garage. Let her just leave him there. He's fine. He's not fine. He's a domestic cat. He's not fine. He needs to be in a home. He needs to be in a home where he's safe and loved. Now, Orange Cat was the neighbor's cat. The neighbor came from, originally he's from Florida. And this gentleman took him to Florida, to Maryland, to Delaware, right to, I think, North Carolina, lived there in all these places. And he let him go in and out of his home. Finally, he came back here to New Jersey, and he's living with his parents. And again, he had him for 7 years. And he said, well, he doesn't like staying in the house. So he would cry. I could tell you for the first 6 months that we kept him in our house, it's been 2 years, almost 2.5. First 6 months, he would cry every now and then by the door, but then he would walk away. He didn't make a big to-do, and he would walk away. But we ignored it. We were like, Orange, you can't go out because there's, people outside there. And some of the people in our development, they don't want any to even see a cat cross their lawn. So he was not going to make it because they was trapping them. And I just thought to the guy, the neighbor, I said, your cat won't leave my driveway. He's lying in the blazing heat. I thought he was dead. I kept calling him Orange. He wouldn't move. I thought he was dead. Then the neighbor came, picked him up, kissed him, and took him home. Next day, he was out again. Again, in my driveway, I said to call the neighbor up, you got to take your cat. He's going to get killed. And neighbor came, and this time it was different. Orange took off. He saw him coming from like half a block away. And if you saw the look on his face, it was terror. And I thought to myself, what is that guy doing to the cats in his house? Like, I've never had a cat. The cats seem to come to me. They don't run away from me, especially if you had an animal for 7 years. I mean, they're your best buddy. And when I saw that, I said to the gentleman, the neighbor, I said, listen, I don't, do you want the cat? He said, not really. I said, well, we're going to take the cat because he was oozing out of his mouth. I had called animal control, and the guy from animal control said, he reminds me of his cat. I said, you want him? He says, no, I can't take him. He said, he says, I'm not taking him. This is a nice cat. So I, I got a feeling inside that animal control was euthanizing, like they were at capacity and they were just euthanizing. And I was like, I spoke to my husband. I said, I guess we have to make a decision. We're going to have to take him. And we knew at the time he was with Cleopatra. Now, Cleopatra was skinny, didn't know she was pregnant. Skinny, 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 skinny girl. And he loved her. And I noticed that the male stray cats that he was drawing in all loved her. And I was like, this is going to be bad because we got to grab her. So we ended up taking him and checking him out, his teeth and everything. Well, actually, the neighbor told me I'll do that. So he checked him out one more time. But then he let him out on the street. I said, you can't keep letting him out on the street after you do blood work. So anyway, we ended up one night. It was a cold, rainy night. She brought her kittens. And I said, oh, my God, she had babies. She brought 6 kittens in my garage. And I heard little meowing. And I didn't know what the heck it was. She had babies. And we were like, I can't believe she's pregnant. She was pregnant. She was about a year old. Cats can have, according to my vet, they believe that was not even her first litter. That's scary. And she was an incredible mother. She was incredible. If you look at my earlier videos, I think they're the shorts, you will see her babies, and they were beautiful. Well, a rescue immediately stepped in, took all the kittens, found incredible homes for her kittens, but they said, we're not going to be able to help her. 2 things against her. She's a black cat. And I was like, a black cat? And she's older. She's not a kitten anymore. People don't want kittens. And I just couldn't believe the mindset of adopting. You know, you have criteria. Has to be a kitten, has to be an orange cat, I don't give a crap what it is. Look at them. They're incredible. What the heck? An older cat has said you can see them. Princess Raven, she is a doll. She's about a year and a half. They said, probably not going to find anybody. She's a black cat, too old. Well, she's not going back on the street, I can tell you that. We'll find her the perfect home one day. Don't give up on them. Her kittens found homes. We put her in the house and him in the house, and we realized there was a love story. Look at some of the videos on them. A love story with these 2. And it's breaking my heart knowing that something's going on with him. But she loves him. You know, a lot of times in the wild, the animals will leave each other when there's an illness. So I see her with him, and that brings hope that whatever's going on is not critical. Excuse me, it's minimal, and we'll address it. Right here. You see that? What is she looking at? That's Cleopatra. Let me tell you, she's a queen. She is strong and tough and a fighter. And she doesn't give up. And that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes on the nature of the animal and what we learn from them. She's not giving up. She loved her kittens, and she let us take them and find homes for them. And I that hit me hard. But the rescue woman told me that at a certain age, they want the kittens to go. And I noticed that more and more she was trusting me and Orange. Orange would hang out with the kittens in the backyard too. She was trusting us while she would go away. But then, of course, the rescue woman said, well, we better grab her because she's going to have males. And then all of a sudden we saw 2 big tomcats following her. And she would run into the garage. And then finally, my husband was able to put her in a box. And we trapped her, neutered her, the whole thing, but we put her right in the basement. She stayed in that catio. That's why I brought her down here, for her to recuperate after her surgery. But we are their voice. Advocate for them. Some people are, some people are animal people. And for those people who are not animal people, don't turn away. Call a rescue. Call the police if you see an animal that's injured or starving. Do not turn away. Do not. We are the voice. They don't have a voice. We're the voice. This is it, guys. It's just us. But Orange tomorrow, just to give you an update, I'm going to let everybody go now because guess what? I have to move the day along. Orange is going to uh, get scheduled for an ultrasound. I have to talk to the vet tomorrow. That was great news knowing his blood work is good. And just keep praying for him because he's the coolest cat ever. I mean, this guy is amazing. Right, Orange? This is his spot. See, I could feel here. That's when I went like this, I knew, nah, it's not right. But I like that he's eating. This is his special little stuffy. He doesn't try to kill it. It's a cardinal. Right, Orange? It's so important to know, the fact that we ran him, my husband did this, ran him the next day after I said, he looks like he's getting immediately called that minute and schedule an appointment for the next day. And doing so, if there is a mass, hopefully whatever it is, we've caught it in a very early stage. I'm praying to God that it's nothing serious. Right, Guy? Right? They clipped his nails. I'm going to have them check your ears because that one looks a little messy. I do the ears too, but they do it. I like when the vet does it. Sometimes they pack the ears. That's another thing. If they have an ear infection, they could pack the ears. And it stays in for about a month, and the medicine slowly dissolves and takes care of the, especially they do with feral animals. I learned it from a rescue in Florida, and they're incredible. So keep praying for him, friends. I don't see anybody commenting. Comment next time, friends. I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful Sunday. Get out and do something. Even if it rains, you can go to a bookstore. Today, I think we may go to a Barnes & Noble somewhere. And we have the Barnes & Noble card. We have the credit card, and we have the store card. And if you have the credit card and you spend some money, and I forgot what it is, they give you a $25 gift card. And we get one every so often. So then we all go and everybody gets a book. And it's a fun thing. I love Barnes & Noble. Reading is fundamental. I grew up with that commercial. So get out today. It's supposed to rain all day here. That's why I figured we'll go to one of the stores. Have a clear Princess Raven. Look how pretty she is. Say hi. Say hi. Hi, Bubby. Hi. Come here. Oh, look. Don't touch me when I'm trying to stalk a cat. Like, you don't have to stalk anymore. Princess Raven, you don't have to stalk. Say, I need a mommy. I need a mommy, I need a daddy, I need a brother, I need a sister. If you're in Monmouth County, New Jersey, she's with the rescue, All for Love Animal Rescue. And friends, have a spectacular day. And if you can adopt, even if you keep a little kitten in your home or a cat in your home and a little dog or a big dog, whatever it is, keep them in your home better than any shelter or rescue because it gives them opportunity to save another life. Take care, friends. Have a spectacular Sunday. Right on her. Right on Princess Raven. She's looking at a bird. Take care, friends.